Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
The National Enquirer, come on, the cover of National Enquirer. Obama and Hillary order FBI to spy on Trump. Welcome, everybody. Kevin Jackson. It's the Kevin Jackson Show. Can you believe that? The National Enquirer has the nerve. Do you understand how big that is? You're out there going, Kevin, what are you talking about, Mr. Jackson, Mr. Black Man on the radio? I'm telling you that at the level of the supermarket minion, at the level of, the gossip mongers, the Globe, and whatever other little magazines that are out there that gets down to the guttural level of America, somebody said that Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton tried to spy on Trump. We're not talking, the Wall Street Journal. How many people do you know read the Wall Street Journal? Well, we know a few, but how many of your cousin them, or in case of you white folks, your across the tracks kinfolk, read the Wall Street Journal? But how many of them go to the supermarket? And how many of them look at that National Enquirer, the cover? Have you seen it? Did you guys see the cover? Yeah, you did the story, yeah. So if you see the cover, it's got a picture of Hillary, a picture of Barack Obama, and it says across there, Obama and Hillary order FBI to spy on Trump. That was in every grocery store, convenience store across America. God bless America. Can you believe when I tell you that the things that Donald Trump does gets down to the level of the minions, the regular folks? That's what we're talking about. I gave you some of the polls on this. There was an earlier poll that I want to talk about this segment, not this segment, but this hour. And the reason is it's a shift because you're watching a monumental shift of polling. And what it is, this is the theme of the show today, a shocker. It's a shock for the left. It's probably a shock to many people on the right. What's interesting about shock is it does have that impact. There's negative shock and there's positive shock. The negative shock is what the Democrats are feeling right now. They don't know which way is up. Remember what happened when Barack Obama came into office? And our future shock was we didn't know what this clown was going to do. He's closing Gitmo. He's letting in terrorists. He's letting in bad Mexican banditos, MS-13 gangs. He's orchestrating to bring thousands, tens of thousands of kids to our border so he can flood the nation. We had kids with scabies and all kinds of crazy stuff that were coming out because we weren't controlling the borders the way we should. He ruined our foreign policy. He made us one of the weakest nations in the world. He tried to give away the nukes. He sold uranium. He had a Secretary of State who got people killed and he didn't even care. Ran guns into Mexico, killed veterans on waiting lists, prosecuted conservatives with the strength of the IRS, using the IRS as a tool. What do I need to tell you about this clown? He did all kinds of negative things to this country. And you didn't get the word about it because you were too busy in shock because you were still paying that Obamacare bill going, what the? And while you were going, what the? Other things were happening all around you. And that's where we are. But you know what? It's changing. They were shocked for the good. Oh, we got nationalized health care and we're social justice warriors. And, it doesn't matter. We kill bad guys over there. And, they didn't care. Bring in the Muslims, bring in the Mexican gangs, bring in the drugs, bring in the sex trafficking, the slavery. Who cares? We're getting our votes. Yee! And we're shocked because we're going, this is just common sense. And so we are where we are. But now guess what? They're in shock. Donald Trump shocked the Republicans in a good way by living up to his promises. More shocking, he took the anti-Trump Republicans and he's twisted them around to where they're in lockstep. He's got Democrats going, like Manchin going, I better get over on this side of the aisle. So they're swinging over to the right. And you know what? The left is swinging farther to the left with less and less people. Less and less people. I'll prove that to you. You want to listen to this program today? By the way, you can get it at any time you want, kjradio.com, 24/7 live. Send that link to your friends on the internet. I'm telling you, I'm going to prove to you today that we are making a difference, a huge difference, crushing these clowns. They are in shock. There's the body goes into shock after a physical trauma. It's meant to, to not let you panic too much, but it goes into shock. It's an actual mechanism so that you don't die instantaneously. And now, eventually, you would die. For example, if a bear attacked you, right? He'd be, and you fight. And then eventually, your body goes, well, that hurt. I better just quit recognizing pain and accept the inevitable, and boom. So there's a physical trauma. But so does the human psyche. It goes into shock after the impact of a loss, a major loss. It could be the loss of a parent. It could be the loss of a spouse. It could be the loss of a child. Or it could be the loss of an election. And Democrats are in that kind of shock trauma right now. Now, you would think, Kevin, that's as good as it gets. I mean, these guys they're traumatized. No, it's continuing because, as I said earlier in the broadcast, there's a shock wave. There's the initial explosion, and that kills people at the epicenter. But what killed people at the epicenter with the election of Donald Trump is still killing people with the shock wave. Because the shock wave was they never anticipated this guy would be there, and now the fallout is Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, the Clinton Foundation, the FBI, which includes James Comey, McCabe, and Rosenstein, and many others, Department of Justice. That shockwave continues to ripple, and the shockwave is like getting a kick to the naughty region. It's not good. That's what's going on, folks. A major shock to the psyche of the left. And so the cover of the Enquirer is part of that. I want you to think of the ripple effect, the shockwave of people going by that stand, the ordinary Joes that normally don't pay attention to politics, and front and center is Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton and the National Enquirer, who's become more of a news source than the fake news guys like CNN and MSNBC and all those guys, is telling them Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton ordered the FBI to spy on Trump.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.
Beth Cook Moranville, author of Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope.
Hope, that wonderful, wonderful four-letter word that you may feel completely out of. I wrote this book to give you great hope. It's not too late. If fetal position is an all too familiar place for you, I understand. If the next 60 seconds are too long, this book is for you. Wherever you are right now, whether you're dealing with divorce or death or sickness, take hope. You are going to make it through this pain. Don't roll your eyes. I've walked this road and I know it. The best is yet to come.
Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope from author and speaker Beth Cook Moranville, can be found on Amazon.com or Kindle.com. For more information, visit closerthanyourBreath.com or on Facebook at Closer Than Your Breath.